You can reach us at Hugo and Stacy.dance. Please check out our shop online. Today we on different forms of depth. Now we focus on the idea of depth as being kind of like that, the deep of the water, right? And the idea of this is establishing what that depth is in a picture. So what we did was just show you that the back of my head to the edge of my hand is like this picture frame that moves through. And your goal is to move in and out of that space as you're dancing instead of always being stuck on the back end, yes? We want to refrain from looking like the number 11 all the time and start to learn how to flow in and out with that, yes? So, one of the first things we did?
We did this on a basic sugar push with just a basic triple. And the first idea is to land on count 4 at a 1 arm's distance, which leaders, you can check that by putting out the arm. Follows and leaders, you can check that by using the 1 orange reference between your elbows. So we don't want to be with multiple oranges, we want to be right at 1. So now as we do our anchor, we can save that space and use it up at the end of our anchor. So we started at the front part of the picture and ended at the end.
Now, to make sure that that connection went smoothly, we used rotation, which is one of the ways of really being able to play with depth. Even as I come into that sugar push, I'm having a little bit of this rotation. Instead of pulling my arm towards me, I'm rotating my left side just slightly back to engage that lat. Then from there, I'm going to anchor this out and then play with the space on 6. It's a different class, but stretch and settle happen on different times. Stretch happens on 6, settle happens on and. Watch this one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and stretch, and 1. See that even though they look and they're back to back, they're separate, all right? From there we
started to talk about how to fix it. So we did an underarm pass and we over-rotated our body on count 4. So this is like where we don't want to land, but sometimes bad things happen and we have to be able to fix it. So now we're going to close the door. We're keeping our connection consistent by, again, using rotation. So we're closing the door, shoulders coming all the way to the hand, and then we're coming back open for and 6. Remember, it's still a partial weight, so that I'm able to get back. You can swing it, so you can go long, short, short. But I still have to be on time for my 6. The arm is just going in with the rotation. Leaders, you can bring it out, so it's a little bit more like a chest bump, a little bit more challenging.
You can even keep it down and use your shoulder. If you want to add one of these lines instead of the out. Play with that.
Super cool.
Next one.
What's up?
Right off the bat, followers, you did the slash at the beginning. Now, there's a little bit of delay in this one. Leaders, I feel like you can learn how to react to this, and the main difference is how she resists on the end of count 2. So let's take this slow.
So I'm going 1, and I'm rotating my left shoulder to the front side. So it did add a little bit of connection, but not too much. From here, I'm going to roll my body up, going hip, rib, twist to get compression.
And from there, we're going to step on the count 4. And as I take my 5 leaders, I'm going to slash like I'm grabbing a piece of paper, and then I'm going to pull it underneath me to cross. Make sure to align yourself. So you want as much head and hip counter as possible here. Remember to lift your hip to extend for that line. Make a straight slash instead of dipping it and creating this angle. From there, I'm going to pull it through to have that cross. We finished this with a reverse whip. Now, we had one more in there that was extra, which we can add, and we'll talk about. There's also other level 4s. But we can also move in and out. So there's something called double resistance, which actually you have to stay in resistance, but it's in closer on 6 than normal. So just watch this. We'll take this slow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. This is going to go away and towards and away, ball change. It's actually a slow whip, rhythm and technique. Again, I'm going to do that. I have away and towards and away. It actually just feels like you're doing pops and taps and pops and taps. The hard part is keeping that in resistance. In slow whip, when this was created, there was actually a resist, then a compression, and then back to resistance. But I want you to have the ability of being able to do it even if your partner doesn't, especially the follower. So if I'm here on 4 or 6, she's going to do 7 and 8 and 1 and 2, staying in resistance. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.